Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today, Tuna returns to her farm and hears something that quietly hurts her. Workers talking like her life is easy now. Alex doesn't explode. He handles it the way he handles everything. Calm, firm, and protective. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next video. All right, let's begin. Tuna woke up in Ba Tang's house with that quiet, uneasy feeling of sleeping somewhere that wasn't hers. It was safe, warm enough, and she was grateful. But her mind kept pulling back to the farm, her chickens, her pigs, the old beams, the fish pond, and the sound of work happening without her watching every detail. She got up early, washed her face, tied her hair back, and moved quietly so she wouldn't disturb Ba Tang too much. Henry was already awake, eyes bright, kicking his feet like he had no worries at all. Tuna fed him, cleaned him, and held him close for a moment longer than usual. Then she headed out. By the time she reached the farm, the place looked like a different version of itself. Still hers, but in motion. Boards were stacked neatly. Tools were laid out in organized lines. Men moved in practiced rhythms, lifting, measuring, carrying. The old kitchen corner was open now, the most rotten parts removed. The remaining frames stood like bones that were being prepared for a stronger body. The pond area looked cleaner, reshaped, safer. Tuna stood still for a few seconds, breathing through the change. She didn't hate it. What scared her was how fast it was happening. She set Henry down in a safe spot where she could watch him while she checked the animals. Chickens clucked and scattered around her feet. The pigs grunted from their pen, impatient for food like they were reminding her. No matter what is being built, life still needs to be fed. Tuna moved through her routine, quick and practical. Water first, feed, check the pen locks. Make sure nothing had shifted during the work. When she finished, she walked back toward the repair area, keeping her distance so she wouldn't interrupt. She didn't want to look like she was supervising people who were only trying to do their job. She just wanted to understand what was being saved and what was being replaced. A supervisor-type worker pointed to a beam and spoke to another man. "Keep that one," he said. "Boss said keep the frame." Tuna's chest loosened at the word keep. Good. Alex had listened. She turned away and started gathering a few personal items she didn't want near dust. Small things that mattered more than they looked like they should. A bowl she used every day. A cloth, a container that held her dried herbs. She carried them to a cleaner corner and set them down carefully. She was doing fine, until she wasn't. It happened when she walked past the stacked boards and heard voices behind them. Men resting, talking the way people talk when they think no one important can hear. It wasn't screaming, it wasn't vulgar, it was casual, and that made it worse. "Big boss really loves her," one man said with a low laugh. Another replied, "Of course. Look at that place. He's rebuilding everything." A third voice added, "Lucky woman, single mom, and now she's set." They laughed again, not cruelly, but carelessly. Tuna froze. The words hit her in the soft place she tried to protect every day. Lucky. Set. Like her life had been a lottery ticket. Like her struggle didn't count. Like her work with muddy hands, cold nights, and constant worry was nothing the moment a man with money showed up. Tuna stood there for one breath too long, then turned and walked away quietly, face blank. She didn't want them to see that they had touched her. She didn't want to give them the satisfaction of knowing they had power. But inside her chest, something tightened. She kept moving, pretending she hadn't heard anything, pretending she didn't care. That was her old survival habit. If you react, people see your weakness. If you stay calm, you keep your dignity. She went back to Henry, lifted him, and kissed his forehead. Henry grabbed her shirt and babbled happily, unaware of everything adults carry. Tuna forced her voice to stay soft. "It's okay," she whispered. "It's okay." But the rest of the morning felt heavier. She tried to focus on small tasks so her mind wouldn't spin. She swept a corner, She wiped dust off a table. She checked the fence. She counted feed. She did anything that could keep her hands busy while her thoughts replayed those words again and again. Lucky woman. Set. She started questioning herself in a way she hated. Was this what people would think of her now? That she was taking from Alex? That she was just being carried? Tuna hated the idea more than she could explain. She didn't want to be anyone's burden. She didn't want pity. She didn't want to be treated like a prize. She wanted respect. Around midday, she saw Alex's figure coming into view across the yard. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't loud. He came in with a calm presence that usually made Tuna feel steady. Today it didn't. Tuna straightened automatically, face composed, ready to say she was fine. Alex's eyes moved over the scene first. Tools, wood, workers, then landed on Tuna's face. He read it quickly. Not angry, not crying, just closed. "You've been here a while," he said gently. Tuna nodded. "I needed to check the animals." Alex's gaze stayed on her. "How are you?" Tuna smiled the smallest possible smile. "I'm okay." Alex didn't push. He didn't accuse. But he didn't accept the lie either. He looked past her toward the workers, then back at Tuna, as if connecting invisible dots. "Did something happen?" he asked quietly. Tuna's throat tightened. She didn't want to complain. She didn't want to create trouble. She didn't want Alex to fight anyone because of her, so she said the safest thing. "It's nothing," she whispered. Alex nodded slowly, but his eyes stayed sharp. He didn't move away like he believed her. He stayed, and Tuna realized, with a strange mix of dread and relief, that he was going to find out anyway. Alex didn't leave after Tuna said nothing. He stayed in the yard and watched the way she moved. Too straight, too controlled, like she was holding something down. Tuna kept her hands busy on purpose. She checked a latch. She moved a bucket. She wiped dust off a surface that didn't need wiping, anything to avoid showing her face. Alex didn't ask again. He walked a slow line around the work area instead, giving her space while he listened. Near the stacked boards, the same group of workers rested in the shade. Their voices dropped, casual and careless. "Boss is spending a lot," one man said. "Must be love." Another laughed. "Single mom life is over. She's lucky." A third added, "Yeah, she just sits and everything changes." Tuna heard it from where she stood. It landed like a slap, not loud, just sharp. Lucky, set. Like her years of carrying water and feed and worry didn't exist anymore. She didn't turn around. She only lifted Henry higher on her hip and walked away as if she hadn't heard a thing. Old habit. Survive it quietly. Alex didn't react on his face, but his eyes went colder. He let them speak one more sentence, long enough to be sure it wasn't a misunderstanding. Then he turned and walked away like he hadn't heard anything. No scene, no shouting, control. He went straight to the crew leader and asked for a private minute. The crew leader stepped aside quickly, respectful. Alex kept his voice low and even. "This is her home," he said. "She's not a topic." The crew leader blinked. "Boss, what happened?" "Your men are talking," Alex said. "About her. About why I'm doing this. That stops today." The crew leader's face tightened. "Understood," Alex continued, calm but firm. "They're here to work," he said. "No comments about the owner, her life, or my life. If I hear it again, I replace people. Not warnings, replace." The crew leader nodded once. "Yes." Alex added one final instruction. "Say it clearly," he said, "and keep this site respectful. We're rebuilding a home." The crew leader walked back, spoke in a short, serious tone, and the mood changed fast. Heads lifted. A few men straightened. The laughing stopped. Work restarted quieter. Tuna noticed even from a distance. Alex walked back to her slowly, not like a hero, just steady. Tuna held Henry tighter without realizing it. Alex stopped a step away. "I heard it," he said. Tuna's face warmed instantly. I didn't want to tell you. I know, Alex said. That's why it matters. Tuna looked down, pretending to adjust Henry's hat. It's not important, she tried again, even though her eyes gave her away. Alex didn't let her shrink it. It is, he said quietly, because it's your home, and no one gets to make you feel small in it. Tuna swallowed hard. I don't want them to hate me, she said. Alex shook his head. If someone hates you because they're not allowed to disrespect you, he replied, that's not your problem. He softened his tone. I'm not building here to save you, Alex said. I'm building because this place should be safer for you and Henry. That's it. Tuna nodded once and small. I still want this to feel like mine, she whispered. Alex nodded immediately. It will. The yard went on. Wood moved. A beam was lifted and set. Alex watched for a minute, then glanced toward the animals' side of the yard. Do you want to check them again before you go? He asked. Tuna nodded. Just quickly. She walked Henry past the pen, made sure the water was full, the latch was secure, the feed was out. Small things. The kind that reminded her she wasn't floating in someone else's life. When she came back, Alex asked, Do you want to leave for now? Tuna hesitated. She wanted to stay and prove she wasn't fragile, but her chest was still tight, and Henry was getting restless. Yes, she admitted, just for a while. Alex didn't comment on it. He spoke to the crew leader in one sentence. Keep the frame we agreed, Alex said. No rushing, and keep the yard clean. Then he turned back to Tuna. Go rest at Ba Tang's, he said. I'll come by later with an update. On the way out, she glanced back once. The men weren't laughing now. They weren't staring. They were working. At Ba Tang's, Tuna settled Henry, fed him, and sat for a minute with her hands on her knees, letting the tightness ease. Henry dozed against her shoulder, heavy and warm. She didn't explain everything to Ba Tang. She only said, They talked. Alex heard. Ba Tang grunted softly. Good. Then Ba Tang added, practical as always. People talk when they don't know the cost. Let them talk. Later in the afternoon, Alex returned with a short update. No drama, just facts. The unsafe section is done, he said. The frame you wanted to keep is reinforced. Pond edge is stable. Tomorrow we level the ground? Tuna listened, calmer now, and asked one practical question about the chickens. Where to keep them when the groundwork starts. Alex answered clearly, already thinking ahead. Tomorrow morning I'll have them work away from the pen first, he said, and I'll put a barrier so nothing gets near the animals. Tuna nodded, relief settling. Alex washed her face for a second, then added quietly, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Tuna frowned slightly. Why are you sorry? Alex met her eyes. Because it hurt you, he said. And because now you know I won't let anyone treat you like a rumor. Tuna looked down, then nodded once. The day ended without a confrontation, just a boundary drawn. And for Tuna, that boundary mattered as much as any new wall Alex could build.
Tuna trở về trang trại sớm để kiểm tra vật nuôi và xem tiến độ sửa chữa, nhưng cô vô tình nghe thấy công nhân buông lời thiếu suy nghĩ về việc cô may mắn và được chăm sóc chu đáo ra sao. Những lời nói đó làm tổn thương lòng tự trọng của cô, và cô cố gắng tỏ ra như không có chuyện gì xảy ra, kìm nén cảm xúc của mình. Khi Alex đến, anh lập tức cảm thấy có điều gì đó không ổn và ở lại quan sát thay vì rời đi. Sau đó Alex cũng nghe thấy những lời bình luận tương tự và nhẹ nhàng, nhưng kiên quyết nói với người quản đốc, đây là nhà của Tuna và không ai được phép phán xét hay bàn tán về cuộc sống của cô. Công việc tiếp tục với quy tắc tôn trọng mới, và Alex nói với Tuna rằng anh đã nghe thấy tất cả và sẽ không để bất cứ ai làm cô cảm thấy nhỏ bé trong chính ngôi nhà của mình. Tuna thừa nhận cô vẫn cần trang trại để cảm thấy đó là của mình, và Alex hứa rằng việc sửa chữa và phải bảo vệ cuộc sống của cô chứ không phải xóa bỏ nó. Tuna trở về nhà bà Tang để nghỉ ngơi cùng Henry, và sau đó Alex mang đến một bản cập nhật ngắn gọn về tiến độ, giữ cho ngày hôm đó diễn ra bình lặng và có trật tự. Tập phim kết thúc với một ranh giới được vạch ra. Alex không chỉ đang xây lại những bức tường mà còn đang bảo vệ phẩm giá của Tuna.